Hello, let's do split stitch fill. So my thought for these waves was to use a couple colors of split stitch. So we're just gonna fill in rows. I'm using, what am I using, 2-ply? So with split stitch, we go down. I should have pulled my card, oh well. This is in the deck. So we're gonna go down, and I think depending on if we have this, well, depending on if we come up above or below this loop here, will tell us if we're using split stitch or outline stitch, but I pretty much use them interchangeably. So I'm coming up in the middle of this line between those 2 points, and then I pull, so you can see that where I'm coming out of is now kind of hidden by my stitch, right? So then when I do my next stitch, I go down, and then I'm going to come up under here. Now it looks like I'm coming up the same hole, which is fine. Same hole, close to it. It's going to get covered. So when I pull, you can see we get this kind of cool twisted look by building this stitch like this. And as far as, you want to have your loop above or below where you come up, as long as you're consistent, I think that's all that really matters, because that's what's giving our stem stitch. Did I say stem stitch or did I say split stitch? I hope I said stem stitch because we're doing stem stitch. I definitely say the wrong name when it comes to those two. They're just too similar. Alrighty. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to do this till I'm full. So I guess one thing we'll have to think about here is, so when we do our next row, do we want to start on the left and go to the right like we're doing here, or start on the right, since that's where we're at, and go to the left? Well, to keep the same twisty, I think we should start on the left. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my thread back to the start here. And I'm just going to follow along. I'm not exactly doing a marvelous job making waves here, but I have an idea how to remedy. I keep going for now, and then I'm gonna switch to the next color, and I'll follow that guideline to get us a nice little wave shape in there. And then I'll come back and fill the gap. Oh, so if you are a sewer instead of a stabber, you're probably way ahead of me. Me and my slow stabbing. Okay, I'm gonna go down, and then I'm gonna grab, I just did like shades of blue. Let's see. Who's next? This one. So for this one, I'll actually follow this guideline, so we get some of that wave happening. It was weird moving to Arizona because we don't have, well, we have like lakes and rivers, and they're beautiful, but I do miss the ocean. I miss the Puget Sound. I know it's not the ocean, it's the sound. I always called it the ocean. It's connected to the ocean, it's close enough. It's got salty water in it. So when we lived in Washington, we were near the sound. And then we lived in the Bay Area for a while, and we were pretty close to the bay. And then it wasn't too far of a drive to get to the coast, like to Santa Cruz and all of that. And then before that, where my husband and I met, we met in San Diego, which we used to talk about the ocean. I mean, it was like no big deal. Like, oh, it's Saturday. I'll drive to Torrey Pines and go for a jog on like the most beautiful beach ever. No big deal. I miss it. All right, so I'm going to come in and kind of fill in the little gaps I have created with, well, I'm going to call it split stitch, but or what are we doing? Oh, see, I told you. Fill it in with stem stitch best I can, and it's like, okay, there's like 2 stem stitches there, and then like I'll fill in 2 stem stitches here. Oh, Biscuit's here. We're so lucky. He's just chilling on the floor though. I don't think he's gonna join us. Alright, now what should I do? I guess we'll do another row of this. Or actually, I think I'm gonna do another row of the dark. So what I'm trying to create is like kind of like a fade between like with the darker colors towards the top, and then as I get lower, doing the lighter colors. You have the idea though, what we're doing here. We're just doing row after row of split stitch. It's touching. However, I'll finish this row and then show you that you don't actually have to fill in this whole square with split stitch. That would be mean. Did I say split stitch again? Oh my god. Okay, if anyone's into drinking, this video is now a drinking game. Every time Jessica said the wrong stitch name. You poor people. Don't actually do that. You'll have to go to the hospital. Oh my word. Okay. So here is on the pattern, you can see. So let's see, where's the pointy tool? Scissors. Scissors is a pointy tool. Okay. So here I did 3 colors. The 2 darker ones are pretty similar. This is the lighter color here. It's really hard to tell. Anyways, so here you can see a gap. We can see the fabric behind. Here's a gap. Here's a gap, obviously. Gap, gap, gap. So I kind of like did a fade from like dark to light, and also a fade from like filling with stem stitch to just like rows of stem stitch to just like incomplete rows of stem stitch, right? Like how waves would look in real life. So, yay! Okay. Have fun.